Hello again. This time, apparently, I am becoming more punctual. Today, I need to talk about a very important matter, and due to the importance of the matter, I decided to prepare a draft and to talk more efficiently and concise about it. So, talking about talking further about my journey, I have finally reached to a very important point and topic that you could also tell even by looking at the title of this video. Yes, corruption and serious misconduct within the Medical Board of Australia. To be honest, it took me a long time to reach a point of certainty that I should start talking about the matter. Indeed, by becoming more and more exposed to the gravity of the issue, I left with no other choices. This matter, as you could tell, this matter is very serious for all of us, for the community, for the whole community, and now I see myself responsible. And I cannot neglect this duty, this sense of duty. As a medical practitioner, I see myself responsible to defend the welfare of my patients. I see myself responsible to defend my dignity. I see myself responsible to protect the reputation of my profession. I see myself responsible to raise red flags about this ongoing massive threat to the safety of the public. And I see myself responsible to stay true to my professional oath, even at any cost. It might be hard for you if I tell you how many times over the past 2 to 3 years I have communicated these matters to the surveillance bodies and authorities in Australia and provided them with very clear and overwhelming evidentiary materials in support of my claims. With one of the most important correspondence being a long 22-page letter, which on 25th of October 2021, nearly 2 years ago, I sent it to the offices of then Attorney General of Australia, Ms. Michaela Cash, Attorney General of WA, Mr. John Quilly, then Federal Health Minister, Mr. Greg Hunt, then WA Health Minister, Mr. Roger Cook, who is recently appointed as the new Premier of the state, and also to the office of the representative for Rockingham in the Federal Parliament, Ms. Madeleine King. Although in retaliation, especially after the mentioned comprehensive letter, the medical board has done series of damaging actions against me, I have not stopped confronting them and their local collaborators in defending the rights of my patients and myself. But I think enough is enough, and it is the time for the society to become aware of the danger. Just try to draw it in your mind that the medical authority and regulator of this country, namely the medical board, has been fiercely cracking down on certain individuals, doctors, health practitioners who were simply protesting against other doctors' unprofessional or unsafe conducts to the patients. Try to imagine a regulator that is hiding the offenses and even criminal conducts of a wealthy or well-connected doctor. Just think about medical board surveillance bodies officers who fabricate and implant evidence to cover up for wrongdoer or to the detriment of a doctor or an innocent person in order to serve to certain groups or networks, or even worse, to pervert the course of the justice. A medical board that is now negatively impacting both sides of the health care delivery, unfortunately. It means that they are impacting negatively both sides, patients and health practitioners, by exposing the former to unsafe manners of routines of the practice. By exposing the former to unsafe manners and routines of the practice, and putting the latter, health professionals, in the condition of modern slavery. A medical board that is becoming so corrupt that even could easily be weaponized in the hands of certain individuals and groups in the society, such as a corrupt member of the WA State Parliament, the one that I had a direct experience with, Dr. Jagadish Krishnan, also known as Dr. Jags. I will actually talk more about this corrupt politician and will provide you with my evidence about his offenses, in my case, hopefully in the next 2 videos. And also I will give you more details and evidence and particulars about the types of the corrupt arrangements and conducts that myself, a number of my patients, as well as some of other health professionals have observed in the acts of the medical board. You wouldn't doubt that if by any chance I'm telling the truth, the health of the public would be in a substantial danger. And look at me. I'm sitting in front of everyone and loudly saying that the medical board of this country is corrupt. This is a claim. This is a serious claim. And I will be required and I will be obliged soon to defend it in the court of law. However, I have a very strong belief in the Australian justice system. Being more specific, the Supreme Court of WA and the Federal Court of Australia. I am already suing the medical board for their criminal conducts through certain court tribunal proceedings that you could simply read about them even through the internet. So that's the personal aspect of my matter, that I'm just defending my rights and to some extent the rights of my patients. However, I needed to raise this alarm for the safety of the community at this, as this is a very serious matter. And it was not an easy decision for me, but to be honest, I feel privileged. I suffered a lot so far. I'm still suffering from acts, mostly now from the actions of the medical board, retaliatory actions of the medical board. But at the end of the day, I feel privileged to put in this situation, to suffer a lot for a valuable cause, for defending the right of my patient, and as I see myself as a health officer, as a guardian of the health of the people, and this is my duty, to defend the jurisdiction that I'm responsible to defend. And I do it by all means and to the last. And definitely I'm going to continue doing so. So, see you soon with more details and more information. This time I hope real soon. Bye.